Hello and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy Eat a Plant. Today's recipe is on a delicious homemade lasagna. Perfect recipe to enjoy with family and friends, especially during the holidays. In today's recipe, we will be using a meat alternative in our sauce. We'll be using Beyond Meat's plant-based beef crumbles. I think this is a great recipe for people that are transitioning or if you're having non-vegan friends and family over for dinner. I have made different variations of this recipe since I started on my plant-based vegan journey. I have used meat alternative, I have used mushrooms, and recently I have done with broccoli, spinach, and carrots. You can do all three variations, use the same seasoning and steps, and still have a delicious result. So I will list all the ingredients in the description box below. Now without further ado, let's begin. So this is how I find out how many pieces of pasta I need. Usually a layer on the tray. This is a 10 by 10, so it's a square and it's a little bit smaller. So that will be my first layer, second layer, third layer. I think I usually do 3 layers. If it was a longer tray, it would be perfect. But right now I usually end up cutting a little bit at the ends and making an extra layer on top with it. So for my dish, I'm gonna need 9 pieces. So these are the ingredients we're gonna need. Here we start with oregano. I love oregano. Bay leaves, salt to taste, pepper, cumin, garlic, onion. This is our meat alternative. Today we're using the plant-based Beyond Meat Beef Crumbles. And if you don't wanna use the meat alternative, you could use mushrooms instead. Or you could use chopped up broccoli and spinach to make the sauce a little thicker, more dense. We're gonna use a can of tomato paste, 1 jar of marinara sauce, 1 cup of water, lasagna noodles, firm tofu or semi-firm is okay too. And here are the condiments because we're gonna use the tofu as if it were ricotta cheese in a regular lasagna. So these are the condiments, which I have here: parsley, pepper, oregano, garlic, basil, and salt to taste. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. And to top off our lasagna, I will use Violife plant-based mozzarella shreds. And that's it. We're about to begin. So I smashed and I'm about to dice the garlic. I'm gonna push it over here so I could do the onion. And here's my least favorite part. I feel it. I feel it in my eyes. Don't you worry. Woo! Onions. Love you though, onions. You make my food taste so much better. We're heating up a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. We're about to start cooking our onions and garlic. You could also use water instead of oil if you would like. It's your preference. So now we're gonna cook the onions so they're a little more see-through. I love that smell. We're gonna add the Beyond Meat. Now we're gonna add the oregano, the bay leaves, and the rest of the condiments. Now we're gonna stir and let it cook about 3 minutes until the crumbles are defrosted. And here in the meantime, I'm boiling water for the lasagna noodles. So now we're gonna turn our oven on, set it to 350 and let it start heating up. So I'm gonna stir it and I can see that the meat's already defrosted. I'm going to add the marinara sauce. So this is what I'm gonna do now. Now that I emptied the marinara sauce, I'm going to use the cup of water and pour it into the jar, the same jar. So the reason for that is because I'm gonna use all the sauce that's still remaining in the jar. And then I'm going to shake it. Give it a shake. And then that I'm going to add to the pot. Like that, you have a clean jar and you use everything. And we're gonna stir. Now we're gonna add our tomato paste. This will make it a little thicker, which we want. So then the lasagna doesn't collapse when you cut it. At least it stays a little more firm. We're gonna let it simmer in low heat for about 5 minutes. And then turn it off. So now you have the water ready for our noodles. I separate them because sometimes they stick together. In the meantime, we're gonna start to prep our tofu. And here we have it all rinsed, drained, and pat dry. And we're gonna place it on a bowl to prep it up. So what I'm gonna do is crumble it up till it looks a little more like a ricotta. And now we're gonna add all the condiments. And mix it all up. Here we have our tofu ready. So now our pasta's ready. We're gonna drain it and start putting the lasagna together. Okay, so now I have everything I need to put my lasagna together. I also have food scissors, so I can cut the lasagna into how I want it to fit in the dish. I'm gonna start by putting a little bit of the sauce in the bottom. Another scoop. Okay, and the way I want my pasta, I'm gonna cut about this much off. In the bottom. I'm gonna scoop it and move it around. Scoop it and move it around. Now this one, we're gonna add a little bit of this just to give it more flavor to the tofu. Now we're gonna do the second layer. And for this layer, I'm gonna just add the sauce by itself. Big layer of sauce. And then I'll move it around. And now our third layer. Now we're gonna do our tofu. Now we're gonna put the sauce like we did earlier. And with the extra little pieces of lasagna noodles, I will make an extra layer. So this is done. I'm gonna use all this to make an extra layer on top. I like to cover all the noodles. And now we're gonna add this cheese. We gotta be careful though. It's a little bit strong. I would just sprinkle a little bit on top to just give it the look of lasagna. But I would do very minimum so the taste doesn't overpower anything else in the lasagna. Also make pizza with this one. It's so good. We'll do that recipe for you guys soon. I think I used a third so far. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna garnish it with some oregano. And some dry parsley. And that's it. Now it's ready to go in the oven. We're gonna set it 15 minutes. Obviously checking that it doesn't burn the top. This is only to just brown up and melt the top. This mozzarella won't melt like a traditional cheese, but soften up enough to complete your lasagna. And now it's done. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe and encourages you to make it for the holiday season. And if you do, don't forget to tag me. Here's my social media information. And please like this video and subscribe. And also hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Man, there goes my mascara. There goes my mascara. My nose is itchy. It's a wrap.